Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai's Football News. The 2026 FIFA World Cup has officially kicked off, and what a way to get things started. According to ESPN, Mexico opened the tournament in style Thursday night at the iconic Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, dismantling South Africa 2-0 in an absolutely electric atmosphere. This was particularly special because it marked the return of the World Cup to Mexico for the first time since 1986. That's 40 years of waiting. ESPN reports that striker Raul Jimenez, the 35-year-old veteran, had what manager Javier Aguirre called a perfect day, finally getting his star moment on the World Cup stage. The match did feature some controversial moments, though. ESPN notes there were 3 red cards shown during the game. But nothing could dampen the emotional celebration as Mexico's fans erupted, and the co-hosts grabbed an early 3 points. It was exactly the statement the hosts needed to make. But Mexico wasn't the only team making headlines on opening day. According to ESPN, South Korea delivered a thrilling comeback performance, defeating Czech Republic 2-1 in Group A play. This was huge. ESPN reports it's the first time South Korea has won their opening match at the World Cup since way back in 2010. The star of the show was midfielder Hwang, whose brilliant display on the pitch sparked the comeback after they'd fallen behind. ESPN notes that all 3 goals in this match came during a frenetic second-half period. What's interesting, the match took place in Guadalajara, Mexico, and ESPN mentions the stadium had hundreds of empty seats, which felt like an odd contrast to the electric atmosphere we saw in Mexico City. Still, South Korea grabbed those crucial 3 points and sits alongside Mexico at the top of Group A with a perfect start. Now, the big match everyone's been waiting for, the USMNT's World Cup opener right here at home. According to ESPN, Mauricio Pochettino, the USMNT coach, made it clear that his team is ready for the moment and doesn't need any last-minute motivational speeches. Pochettino told ESPN that it's too late for that. The preparation is done, the squad knows what's expected. Speaking of the squad, ESPN introduced fans to all 26 USMNT players tasked with trying to make a deep run in this World Cup on home soil. But they're facing a tricky opponent in Paraguay. ESPN's scouting report reveals that Paraguay are gritty, physical opponents who will absolutely be looking to exploit any moment where the USMNT gets caught up in the emotions of playing at home. It's a dangerous mindset to fall into early in a tournament. So while the home crowd advantage is real, it could also be a double-edged sword. The USMNT needs to stay focused and composed from kickoff. One of the most fascinating stories of this World Cup has been watching American football stadiums get completely reimagined for soccer. According to ESPN, 11 NFL stadiums across North America are hosting World Cup matches this summer, but each one required substantial alterations to accommodate the beautiful game. We're talking about converting gridiron layouts into proper soccer pitches, adjusting field dimensions, reconfiguring seating sightlines, installing new turf systems, and making sure everything meets FIFA's strict standards. It's been an incredible logistical undertaking. ESPN reports that these transformations showcase just how massive the 2026 World Cup is. It's the largest tournament in history in terms of teams and scope. The fact that iconic NFL venues like SoFi Stadium, MetLife, and others are now hosting international soccer matches demonstrates how far the sport has come in terms of mainstream acceptance and infrastructure investment in North America. It's really a sight to behold when you see these temporary conversions. Here's a storyline that's been brewing. Jesse Marsch was fully expecting to be named the next USMNT manager. But it didn't happen. That chance passed him by. Now, according to ESPN, Marsch is absolutely determined to make his mark at this World Cup, just not with the Americans. He's taken the Canada job, and ESPN reports he's marching into this tournament with a mission to prove something. Canada is the 3rd co-host of this World Cup, often overshadowed by the drama in the US and the historic nature of Mexico's involvement. But according to BBC Sport, Canada actually has what they're calling the best Canada team ever, and they're hoping it will finally be their time to shine on the world stage. Marsch's appointment as Canada's coach brings experience and tactical know-how to a team that genuinely believes they can compete at the highest level. It's a compelling redemption narrative, denied his preferred job, now determined to deliver something special elsewhere. As we've seen from Mexico's opening match, VAR and referee decisions are already creating talking points. According to ESPN, throughout this World Cup, they're going to be examining the major incidents to help explain both the VAR review process and how those decisions fit within FIFA's laws of the game. It's critical viewing for fans who want to understand the decisions shaping matches. We mentioned those 3 red cards in Mexico's game. Those kinds of dramatic moments need context. VAR technology has been refined for this tournament, and ESPN notes they'll be breaking down incidents involving penalty decisions, potential handballs, goal line technology calls, and everything in between. Understanding why referees make certain choices helps us appreciate the complexity of officiating at the highest level. It's not always black and white, and the protocols exist for good reasons. So whenever we see a controversial moment, expect ESPN's VAR breakdown to give you the full picture. Not all World Cup stories are celebrations, though. According to ESPN, Japan's captain Wataru Endo from Liverpool has had to withdraw from the squad for the 2026 World Cup due to injury, and he's made it official. He's retiring from international football. It's a tough blow for Japan to lose their captain right as the tournament kicks off, and it's an emotional moment for Endo himself, closing out his international career earlier than he might have hoped. These kinds of injury withdrawals are part of the World Cup landscape, but they're never easy, especially for veteran players who've represented their nations with pride for years. Meanwhile, good news for Argentina. ESPN reports that Tottenham defender Marcos Senesi has been called up to replace the injured Leonardo Balerdi on Argentina's 26-player roster. So while one nation's dealing with a loss, another gets a reinforcement just when they need it. Finally, some major club news as we head into the World Cup break. According to ESPN, Real Madrid has officially confirmed the appointment of Jose Mourinho for a second spell as the club's head coach, after the club ratified the departure of Alvaro Arbeloa. ESPN reports that Mourinho is back at the Bernabeu after his first successful stint with the club. This is a massive appointment, Real Madrid bringing back one of football's most decorated and charismatic managers. While the World Cup dominates the headlines right now, clubs are already making moves to strengthen their squads for next season. ESPN has also been covering the transfer market, reporting that Manchester United is ready to pull out of the race to sign Elliot Anderson. These summer moves will become huge stories once the World Cup concludes and the transfer window truly opens up. But right now, all eyes are on the tournament. That's going to do it for this edition of Genai's Football News. If you enjoyed this coverage, please smash that like button and subscribe for daily World Cup updates throughout the tournament. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.